Terrapins play host for the Atlantic Coast Conference to its newest member, the Boston College Eagles.
Madness in December? Welcome to the ACC. Tonight, 6th-ranked Boston College play its first ACC conference game. And it's against the nationally ranked and former ACC conference and national champions, the Terrapins. Boston College preseason All-American Craig Smith will lead the Eagles against one of the strongest programs in the conference. 2 nationally ranked teams battle for bragging rights in the ACC. Maryland, there's a new kid in town. Boston College meet the boys from the hood. ACC Sunday Night Hoops is next.
Our friends from the Northeast have migrated into the Atlantic Coast Conference. What a welcome, Matt, here at Maryland as they take on number 6 Boston College here on ACC Sunday Night Hoops. Hi again, everyone. Tim Brando, happy to be with you. Charles Davis will be joining us shortly, and of course the G-Man by my side. And Mike, when you start talking about this ACC debut, Boston College is a team that even in the Big East flew under the radar.
Amazing. They're ranked number 6th in the country, but and they're coming off a loss to Michigan State, but they are going to be competitive in this league. The reason why, they've got one of the best forward tandems in the country. Craig Smith is a man inside, a quick feet, and then he also has the strength to finish inside. He is a load. Playing alongside him, Jared Dudley, a different type of player, crafty, high basketball IQ. He makes good plays, finds ways to beat you. He can also spread the floor and knock down the jump shot. Now you look at the numbers that these guys put up, and actually Craig Smith's numbers down a little bit this year because he's seeing so much double team action. Jared Dudley's up. He's taking advantage of that. This tandem plays very well together, and they play in a similar system to Maryland, the flex offense.
Well, maybe not, but we will say this. Gary Williams has never had a more veteran-savvy team coming in with the move of DJ Strawberry to the point.
Well, it's a very envious position for a coach to be in. He's got guys he can rely on. He's got seniors, juniors who have been through the wars before. Making it to the NIT last year, they should get back to the NCAAs. There you see most of their scoring and rebounding back. But, Tim, this is a big game. They have lost to 2 ranked teams so far this year.
We look forward to bringing it to you. A December to remember for either one of these clubs. They'd love to have a leg up in the ACC. When we come back, Charles Davis will join us and talk about DJ's move to the point. When ACC Sunday Night.
How easy is it to get Bell South high-speed internet?
It's easy to install.
It's not easy.
No, he just said it. It was easy.
I'm telling you, it is not easy. Nothing is easy that's mechanical.
Just put the CD in your disk drive.
And Fast Access DSL is the same low price every month. Just $24.95. You can download in seconds. There's no slow dial-up.
It is easy.
Get Bell South. Bell South. Bell South.
Time Warner Cable's digital phone service is spreading faster than gossip.
Looks like the Harrises are getting digital phone.
Oh, they always have to be.
The Rogers got it last week, then the Jordans, then the Richardsons, then the Smiths. I mean, I'm dizzy.
Digital phone gives you all your calls, plus calling features and more for one low monthly price. No wonder thousands are switching every day.
This digital phone, you suppose there's something we don't know?
Get digital phone. It's got everyone talking.
Toyotathon is on. The place to buy is Fred Anderson Toyota. Our biggest incentives of the year are here with huge clearance zone savings. Fred Anderson Toyota has the 34 MPG 06 Camry, now just $16,988 in the clearance zone. Sienna is now just $299 a month. Sign and drive with 0 down. Big double cab Tundra, now just $219 a month. Sign and drive with 0 down payment. Toyotathon is on. The place, Fred Anderson Toyota, the family store.
You're watching FSN South.
Welcome back to the Comcast Center in College Park, Maryland, where tonight the Boston College Eagles make their ACC debut against the University of Maryland Terrapins. Last year, DJ Strawberry missed 18 games for the Maryland Terrapins with a torn ACL in his right knee, and it really effectively. DJ is one of the better players in the country at getting into the passing lanes and creating turnovers and turning them into big plays on the offensive end. As a freshman, he had 51 steals and 18 block shots, and all of them were converted into points for his Maryland Terrapins team. As you see, last year the team was 10-4 when DJ played, only 9-9 without him, and they forced nearly 20 turnovers when he was on the floor, as opposed to when he was not. Earlier today, we talked with his head coach, Gary Williams, about the changes that DJ Strawberry forces when he's on the defensive end.
DJ Strawberry's a competitor, and when he takes that to the point guard position, that helps us. We really missed his defense last year, regardless of what position he played, because he's our best perimeter guy on the ball. And so your defense usually starts from that point, and DJ brings that passion to play defense, and he brings it the whole game.
When DJ Strawberry's on the floor, good things do happen for Maryland. And now that he's playing the point guard position, he's taught me a few things, and that is get the ball to your better players. So I'm going to turn it over to Tim Brando in the business. ACC Sunday Night Hoops is coming up next.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Hey, look at that one. Whoa.
I like that one.
That was cool.
The all-new 7-passenger Jeep Commander with available command view skylights. It's your world. Take command.
What does America need right now?
How about an assurance from Chrysler and Jeep?
What would that be?
Gas and scheduled maintenance for 2 years. 60,000-mile limited warranty.
Engine, transmission, oil changes, they're all covered.
What does it mean to you?
I can fill up my tank without emptying my wallet.
Scheduled maintenance is taken care of.
Gas, maintenance, warranty.
What else is there?
It's our Miles of Freedom plan. Now to the end of the year, get 2 years of gas and scheduled maintenance and a 5-year or 60,000-mile limited warranty on models. It's all taken care of.
So how are the digital cameras coming?
I'm using Oak for the first time ever.
Cuckoo! Look, it's a cuckoo.
We haven't actually gotten an image yet on the screen.
Well, we drew a picture on the back.
You know, sir, this year we can use the easy button to get all the digital cameras we need.
Megapixels.
Do it.
This holiday, get all your digital gifts with the Easy Button. Staples has a huge selection of brand-name digital cameras. And this week, get a free Epson photo printer when you buy any Nikon camera after Easy Rebate. Staples, that was easy.
Hoops is brought to you by Chrysler. Inspiration comes standard. And by Staples. That was easy. We welcome you back to the Comcast Center here in College Park, Maryland. And by the way, that would be Mr. McMillan in the aisles enjoying it. Tom McMillan, you take a look at the starting lineups for Boston College, and they'll play a lot of minutes. Marshall, Dudley, and Smith, the veterans, the California connection we mentioned. Hennett making a return home, and John Oates logging a lot more playing time for Al Skinner. Williams will offer up the aforementioned Strawberry, joined by Kaner Medley. It seems that he's been here for a decade. Beckway in the middle. Of course, McRae has played well, and Travis Garrison, a very athletic forward for Coach Williams. And Gary Williams, he is the second winningest active coach in the ACC, 5th overall, just 9 games short of becoming the all-time winningest coach at Maryland, passing Lefty Driesell, and of course won the national title in 2002. Al Skinner, who played in the NBA for 4 years and of course a graduate, was the Big East Coach of the Year a season ago, and quite frankly has a chance of being the same in the ACC this season.
And Tim, I think he's tired about asking questions on what's it like going to be coming to the ACC. This team was a very, very competitive team in the Big East, which the last time I heard was a pretty good league in its own right.
Carl Hess, Gary Maxwell, and Bernard Clinton are officials, and the tap is controlled to the Terrapins. Able to finish is Garrison, and Dudley comes out of there with it.
And this will be a game of Maryland trying to push the pace a little bit. Boston College, I'm sure, on the road would like to have it be a more deliberate ball game.
Smith off the bounce. He's got a very quick release, small in stature, but he has that great post-up derriere.
Right, and we talked about the fact that he's been getting double teamed. To avoid that, get your shot off quickly before the defense can collapse. I think Maryland's going to come at him with a wave of bodies.
Beckway going finger roll and using a quick first step to get past Smith.
Beckway will expand on his shot as this game goes along, but he is shooting a much higher percentage this year. He is a much more potent offensive weapon.
No doubt that battle for tempo key for both of these teams. Boston College loves to make you defend for much of that 35-second shot clock, and it is under 10 right now. Dudley. Look at Smith just rip it away from Abekwe. Hennett thought there was a move to the baseline that was being made by Dudley. Let's take a look at the Chrysler game plan.
Well, for BC transition defense, they think Maryland's going to try to get up and down, and also they need to dominate the free throw done for the last year and a half. So Maryland limit the turnovers and then flex their muscles inside. They talk about that flex offense. They need to dominate the paint.
Abekwe with the tip in. And a good illustration of exactly what the Terrapins want to do.
Well, there is not much up front. We talked about the great tandem of Smith and Dudley, but after that, they are very thin. So Maryland wants to get them in a war of attrition up front.
Boston College not playing from behind. They want a big start. That's a deflection by Smith. In fact, in talking with Jared Dudley today, he said, we haven't gotten off to a quality start in probably our last 4 games. That's an offensive foul. Good positioning by Maryland, and when you only play 7 guys, you really do need to get out the quick starts and play with a lead.
Here's a look of Maryland getting back. They tried the long outlet pass, but pretty good balance defensively for Maryland. Good call by the referees.
Eagles, and we've not played 3 minutes.
And they normally take very good care of the basketball. Only 11 turns a game.
Kaner Medley. And return to Cinder. Offensive foul, player control. Picked up by the veteran from state of Maine.
Kaner Medley has been up and down so far this year, maybe pressing a little bit going into his senior season.
Yep.
They need him to be a little more consistent offensively, and he is going to have his hands full tonight guarding Jared Dudley.
Oates, nice look down the low block. Look at that passing. Excellent work by Marshall and Oates in setting up that easy slam.
Now, this is a group that's been together for a long time, Tim. They have a good chemistry, and especially you see that in interior passing.
Kaner Medley getting through on that baseline, slapped away by Boston College. This is exactly what Al Skinner wants to see.
There's the look. The ball moves around, and Marshall, everybody converges on him, and good spacing from the inside. I love that pass. Very easy to catch if you're a big player.
DJ Strawberry operating at the point. This is a Maryland team that did turn it over 25 times in the loss to GW. Of course, that's a team that has quite a motor and extended its defense, something that Boston College is less likely to do. Kaner Medley with the clock winding down. Abekwe hits the garbage hoop off the lid.
But that's possible because Kaner Medley gets the shot up on the rim. Just beating the shot clock, opportunity to get on the offensive glass. So far in this game, Maryland dominating the boards.
Abekwe has all 6 points for the Terrapins. The ball was deflected, says Carl Hess, so no double dribble by Dudley. Smith, great look. Just an outstanding pass. And it was knocked down by Marshall.
So far, the weak side of Maryland's defense has been wanting in this game, Tim, that there have been cutters from the backside. Terrapins.
Gray was looking to go pick and roll. And it's knocked out of bounds by BC. Just over 4 minutes gone by. Deadlocked in College Park as Boston College makes its ACC debut.
Oh, there's no place like home for the holiday.
For holiday entertaining, there's nothing like this new Frigidaire Speed Bake Double Oven. It's just one of 250 brand name appliances Lowe's has in stock, all at prices that can't be beat. Delivered tomorrow, free. We'll even haul the old one away, free. And Lowe's holiday gift to you, pay nothing for 6 months when you use your Lowe's card.
Home, sweet home.
Today.
Oh, you're hot.
Thank you, so are you. It's 4 against 1.
Let's not fight.
No, let's.
In the hottest DVD of the year.
Wow.
Fantastic Four. Own it today.
You've been working out.
Shut up.
Let's go back to the presentation. Okay. Okay, now, boys.
Nothing's not moving very well on the tip. Stall.
wherever you want to go. The Acura RL.
Chicken club fries. Grilled cheese.
Thank you. Little triangles, just how you like it. Little teeny weeny pieces.
The only guys who need their sandwiches cut up
My teeny weeny guy.
are guys who need to have their sandwiches cut up.
That's your favorite, isn't it?
Hardee's new chicken club with bacon and Swiss doesn't look like one.
We welcome you back. Let's talk a little bit about these two teams a year ago. We touched on BC's great start. They were 20-0. They did go 5-5 the rest of the way, and were knocked out by Wisconsin-Milwaukee Bruce Pearl's team in the second round of the NCAAs. For Maryland, obviously, when they lost DJ Strawberry, you're talking about a player that means so very much to them, and not playing the last 18 games was tough.
Well, and yes, especially he's their best defender out on the perimeter along with McCray, and they lost his energy and all the things that he brought to it. But more inconsistency than anything, Tim, is a Clemson, a team arguably they should have beaten last year, and that probably was the difference between them going to the NIT and the NCAA.
Gary Williams would, for the very first time in a long while, McCray is fouled by Marshall, the old Reggie Miller move on the jump shot, and Marshall got caught off of his feet and picks up the foul, so 3 shots coming for him. But for the first time in a long time, Gary Williams had to coach effort in early February, and that's something you just don't want to have to do as a coach in the Atlantic Coast Conference.
No, and it's frustrating from the, they'd come back in the very next game and not play very well, but this group, of course, there were a lot of issues with John Gilchrist last year, and he's gone. So I think this team, he likes the fact that they're a lot further along defensively than they ever were last year.
You can make a great case. 2 examples in college basketball this year where teams could be better after losing prolific point guards. Anthony Roberson at Florida. Torian Green's doing pretty well for Billy Donovan. And think of what DJ Strawberry might mean to the team concept here at Maryland with John Gilchrist, who was very well known, and of course in the tournament just a couple of years ago.
But as Gary said, probably the toughest position to learn if you don't grow up playing it, and that's the growing pains that DJ Strawberry is going through right now.
Pops out high.
He's a guy you keep on a very capable scorer. He looks to pass first, but when open, he can knock down the shot.
Got about a large cheering section. They're not being heard from right now, as you might imagine, but he is out of Oxon Hill, Maryland, a suburb just outside of Thomas Park area.
15 tickets he was allotted, and probably could have easily tripled that.
Strawberry a runner. Garrison on the offensive boards, and he's fouled. The young man goes in it that can drive to the basket with the best.
Well, and Hennon here sets the screen and then comes off the little brush screen inside. Nice room and good rhythm in that shot. See Boston College sit back in a little bit of zones in, and that's a function of, again, you touched on the fact they only play 7 guys, so Al Skinner has to buy his people minutes of rest and save some fouls, especially inside.
John Oates picked up that foul, his first, number 32 for Boston College. Good bounce pass.
So many times against the zone, you see the team work around the perimeter and not attack inside, but DJ Strawberry with a beautiful bounce pass down low, able to set this play up. You see him look, Bekwe seals inside, has his hands ready to catch the pass and finishes. Here's that look again. Just found that little seam in the zone and Dudley unable to get over there quickly.
Bekwe is 4 for 4 from the floor. Unstoppable to this point. He's gone to see the shooting guru, and it's helped. At least with the shooting percentage, right?
4-4, you know, not much room for improvement there.
Well, when you're at point-blank range, you're going to shoot a pretty good percentage.
But even Matt said, though, Tim, he's a 42% shooter last year, taking those same shots. So something he's done is work.
And there's the pressure of Bekwe again. The shooting percentage stayed the same.
And that's the given that he brings this team, the energy and the ability to get out on the open floor and run.
Tipped away by McCray. It will be controlled to Boston College.
Here's the look, and you can't, the freshman getting caught off the dribble that time out front, and you've got to move the ball around against pressure, and it costs his team 2 points. But Al Skinner letting his veteran group play them with the younger team. You might have to take a timeout, and the crowd is really in this game after that play.
Oh, the one youngster, Tyrese Rice, and then a bit of a homecoming for him out of Richmond, Virginia. Dudley takes it down the baseline, and he's hacked. Rice, Virginia's co-player of the year at L.C. Byrd High School a season ago. The diminutive number 4 for Boston College. Foul committed. Strawberry had the arm of Rice. He knows it.
Rice is a guy, and he gives his team an ability to spread the floor. He is not afraid to put up a three-point shot and shooting very effectively so far this year.
Broke J.J. Redick's records in high school down in Virginia. That's tough to do. And it lost it for a moment. Again, quicker to the ball, Maryland. They tie it up. The arrow is to Boston College.
Boy, that is a nice hustle play by McCray. More good active hands. He is a terrific defender in his own right. With him and Strawberry on the floor, they can cause problems in the backcourt.
It's not uncommon for Boston College to take only a few shots at the basket. But this regional game, you can bet Al Skinner would have hoped to have had more than 5 shots at the hoop. That's the 6th. They have hit 5 of them as Dudley knocks it down.
Talked about it at the top, with all the attention that Smith has gotten with double teams, that really had Dudley, and his scoring has improved.
Rice is tagged with a foul, reaching in against Strawberry. You would think that E.J. Strawberry might have difficulty against a smaller Tyrese Rice. Historically, point guards will tell you that size can be a liability. Someone can get underneath you and give pressure.
And we talked about it, a work in progress for him. But let's see at some point in time, normally you don't advocate your point guards getting on the glass. So let's see if they try to exploit that size matchup and get something for Strawberry down low on the block.
James Gist has come into the game, replacing a Beckway, and he got a nice round of applause, as you might imagine. There's 11 points already. Falling away, an outstanding scorer. The junior from Massachusetts, Mike Jones, heralded coming out of high school, is picking up from a defensive standpoint, and as he plays on this end of the floor, more playing time comes his way.
Ryan, I think he didn't play against a lot of comp in high school, so he's finally getting used to this level of competition.
Here's that rebound for Maryland. End-to-end Strawberry. Rebound cleared by Akita McLean, who's just Boston College Eagles for tonight's game. Rice, what a pass to Smith, and there's that quickness you were talking about.
Yeah, the quickness, and also that Boston College has had success beating Maryland off the dribble and getting opportunities inside as a result.
Akita McLean had some off-the-court problems that needed to be tended to, and now he's returned to the Boston College lineup. There's Gist. Boy, Maryland can't miss right now. Both teams shooting a very high percentage.
And there were a number of games, Tim, this year where Maryland was sluggish at the start of the game. You talked about Boston College, but Maryland getting the tempo.
Smith may have rushed that shot a bit. One thing about the Terps, they can run a lot of bodies at Craig Smith tonight.
Well, there's Rice getting up underneath Strawberry.
Leaves it for Hinnett. Fouled by Garrison. And really no need for it by Garrison. In fact, if it had been a harder foul, it might have been tapped intentionally.
Well, I mean, either way, Tim, either you make a play on the ball and make them shoot 2 free throws, or you let them go.
Timeout in college.
Be brilliant with a past, present, future collection from Zales.
A shift has been made, and better stories will be told. A shift has been made, and hardcore just got harder. Core. A shift has been made, and taking 8 camping is only a problem for the tent. A shift has been made, and the concrete jungle is finally tamed. A shift has been made. And when you think adventure, on-road or off, think Nissan.
Be brilliant this holiday with a half-carat diamond necklace, just $2.99. From Zales.
What does America need right now?
How about an assurance from Chrysler and Jeep?
What would that be?
Gas and scheduled maintenance for 2 years. A 60,000-mile limited warranty.
Engine, transmission, oil changes, they're all covered.
What does it mean to you?
I can fill up my tank without emptying my wallet.
Scheduled maintenance is taken care of.
Gas, maintenance, warranty.
What else is there?
It's our Miles of Freedom plan. Now to the end of the year, get 2 years of gas and scheduled maintenance and a 5-year or 60,000-mile limited warranty on a great selection of 05 and 06 models. It's all taken care of.
Terrapins lead Boston College by 3. When you think about Boston College and Al Skinner and the success that he's had in his 9 years in Chestnut Hill, you also have to think of one word, and that's stability. That in his staff. He's had a number of assistant coaches that have stayed with him despite the fact that they've had opportunities to go ahead and become assistant coaches or head coaches elsewhere. Right there, you're looking at Ed Cooley, a longtime assistant, 10 years with Al Skinner at Boston College and at the University of Rhode Island. I talked with Ed in practice today, and he told me you don't work for Al Skinner. You work with him. They say he's a terrific man to work for, and there's no way he's going to have to be something special.
Charles, the stability factor with Al Skinner is pretty incredible, and his approach to the game, I really believe, is refreshing in the college game.
Very low key. You know, and having played at the highest level, not many things impress him. He's a very even keel guy. That's how he treats his players, with a lot of respect, and I think his team mirrors almost in every way.
Nice move, McRae challenging the window. 19-14. In many respects, you talk about some of these outstanding players, preseason All-Americas like Smith. These are guys that were not recruited heavily in the state of California, may have been overlooked by some. Skinner gets them, holds on to them for 3 or 4 years, and turns them into outstanding college products that may have a much better ceiling on late bloomers, really.
Well, think about Craig Smith. I mean, the guy wasn't even a top 400 player, was not recruited by any of the Pac-10 schools, and coming into this year, he's a preseason first-team All-American. So that's a perfect example of the guys over the course of his tenure that Al Skinner has found.
There you see out of San Diego, Rialto, and Los Angeles. Smith was really only recruited by Billy Gillespie at the time at UTEP, now at Texas A&M, and a couple of small California schools. That's really the only competition college had for his services. McRae. Chris McRae, the senior from Capitol Heights. Fairmont Heights High School, 22-16.
He showed his ability, 57% inside the drive on the prior play and 37% from the three-point line. So he really has the complete game. Also excellent from the free throw line.
Dudley pops up.
He's the toughest matchup right now for Maryland. They to defend him well.
He's inviting the cat calls from the Terrapins student body, and by the way, he'll get them. He'll get an indoctrination into the ACC.
He didn't have to ask this crowd a second time.
You don't need to repeat yourself. Count it, and a foul. Abekwe 6 for 6 from the floor.
Right now, McRae and Dudley getting it in. They have to be separated by Gary Maxwell, but Abekwe has gotten into this game quickly, and that year the ability to face up and put the ball on the floor. Boston College giving up the baseline in that situation.
He had that very uncanny shooting technique a year ago, if you think about it, and you notice it more at the free throw line than anything else. He worked with Andy Enfield, who of course is a longtime NBA assistant coach and has worked with a number of players, in fact over 100 of them, on shooting technique. What with that right elbow, it used to go way out to the right. Now he's got it more centered, coming closer to the head.
Still a little bit more of a throw at the top on that play, but certainly the numbers bear out that he is much improved.
Much easier on our eyes, that's for sure. 13 points for him. That's his first miss, either at the line or from the floor. Dudley on the glass, fighting for it. It was a tie ball. The arrow is to Maryland. One of the things you notice, Mike, and you mentioned this at the Boston College, while they have some girth, they don't have a lot of length. And Maryland really does have a lot of players they can run at them. Forwards, small forwards, and power forwards with much more length.
No, it just struck me the size difference in the number of players, the number of bodies. And again, that's why I talked about earlier about the war of attrition that Maryland would try to throw out there, and hopefully that, it's not going to manifest itself in the first half, but in the last 10 minutes of the game, see if they can get into a little bit.
Travis Garrison picked up the foul, his second. That's the 16th foul committed by Gary Williams' team. You see Garrison leaves, and Gist is back on the floor along with Jones. So Garrison, Strawberry, and Kaner Medley all have 2 for Maryland. 9.5 remaining here in the first half. Smith. He can beat you off the bounce facing you.
Very, very skilled basketball player. Had a good summer, and just has really blossomed.
Played on the under 21 select team. The United States, they won all 8 games. Jared Dudley was the last cut on that team. 3-on-1, Rice to Marshall. Tyrese Rice dropping the dime, and a timeout taken Maryland. 8:56 remaining.
Well, and Tim, we touched about the fact that Boston deliberate game, but given an opportunity, they can get out and run, especially when you get a turnover. And here again, you see the ability of Craig Smith to lead the middle of that break. Nice unselfish play too, because Smith could have gone up and gotten this one, but he saw that Marshall had a much better angle for the play.
This may be one of those games at halftime. Coaches are very quick to go to the box scores and check out the numbers at the break. If we were at halftime now, Al Skinner would see his team is shooting 69% and yet is down by the ACC.
That's right.
Maryland shooting 59%.
Returning to the Eagles, 32, John Oates.
Parrish Brown on the floor for the first time, the youngster out of Chicago. Number 24. And Kaner Medley does not come to the ball, and Dudley steals it. Rice back to Dudley. What presence of mind by Rice. He had Marshall to the left, who slipped and fell, and he quickly made sure Dudley got the ball.
6-0 running, fueled by the defense. Maryland has been casual with the basketball, and BC quicker hands and quicker feet.
Tyrese Rice has made a difference too, Mike, since coming into the game, hasn't he, for Boston College?
Poised for a freshman to come in a hostile environment like this.
Oh, the iron unkind to Marshall. Loose ball taken down by Parrish Brown. McCray, a pull-up. Boy, he's in sync.
That's right now. It's McCray and Abekwe have been the offense for
2 points between them. All but 4 scored by the Terrapins. Nice little, oh boy, that pass was too good. Leads to a turnover. Brown to Kaner Medley.
That was just poor transition defense by Boston College. Again, you get the turnover out front, but John Oates, the only one committed to getting back. That was a 4-on-1 break.
Right pass. They just weren't prepared for it. Tough shot that time.
Yeah, there are shots that he's going to take that Al Skinner is going to have to live with, and that was one of them.
Kaner Medley falling away. He is a streaky shooter, and when he's on, he can light it up with the best of them.
Well, and the basket opened up for him. He gets that dunk. All of a sudden, you get an easy hoop, and things start to feel better. Gives you more confidence to pull the trigger on the jump shot.
Well, both teams trade 6-0 runs. Maryland up 30-24. Rice goes crossover on Brown, and with the left hand can't get it to go. McCray leaves it for Gist. Too strong, looking for the highlight. It's out of bounds off Boston College. This has been one highlight reel after another. Both teams scorching the nets in College Park here on ACC Sunday Night Hoops.
Load it up, look back. The 2006 Chevy Silverado half-ton crew carries more payload and generates more torque than crew cabs from either Ford or Dodge. Don't just stand there, haul something.
Now get an 06 Silverado half-ton crew cab LS two-wheel drive for a red tag price starting under $22,700 after cash back. See your local Chevy dealer.
Give entertainment, give fun, give possibilities. From MP3 players to digital cameras to gift cards, this holiday there are more gifts to give at Best Buy.
The look of love is in your eyes. The look your heart can't disguise.
Everyone wants the fresh toasted chicken and bacon ranch for dinner. Real bacon and tender chicken. Only at Subway restaurants.
Oh, come on.
This week on FSN's Pro Football Preview. Get the stories only our insiders have.
This team right now is...
With up-to-the-minute breaking news.
I would like to apologize.
And expert analysis.
You can't gauge passion, let him play if he wants to.
Interviews that take you inside the locker room.
I got the whole package. I can do without.
The weekly preview show that can't be missed. FSN Pro Football Preview. Friday on FSN.
Maryland extended their lead with the help of Nick Kaner-Medley, one of the senior co-captains on this team, and he told us there's no question you really do have a greater sense of urgency as a senior.
I think I'm a senior. You know, it gives you that little sense of urgency where when there's a few things as a team that obviously we all want to accomplish and leave on a good note, it just makes you every day in practice want to go in and not leave the gym and feel like when you leave the gym, have I done enough today? Because you don't want to waste any days.
John Wooden Award candidate, finalist for that. You see the 11th player in history to get 1,000 points. He's well on his way to that.
Well, the world does change your senior year, Tim. You know, the real world is right around the bend, and hopefully there's basketball at the next level for some of these kids. But you know, you come in as a freshman and you think you've got all the time in the world, and all of a sudden you're looking at your second semester senior year.
Marquez Haynes is coming to the game for Boston College for the first time, 0-0. There's Smith on the block. That's automatic. Absolutely automatic when he gets it there. Take a look at the accurate stats, and certainly that's a key one. Maryland absolutely filling it up. 10 of 14 after starting out 3 of 8. Bowers is also on the floor. Will Bowers, the 7'1" junior from Hanover. Gist off the back iron. Retrieved by Haynes.
And Gist was starting, but Travis Garrison has been in a nice stretch, so Gary Williams felt compelled to put him out on the floor, felt like he had...
Dudley loses it. McCray comes out of there with it. There's Kaner-Medley. It was like a soccer play to hold on to that ball. Came off the shin a time or two. Speaking of soccer, Maryland won the NCAA championship in soccer today.
As a look, this is a very tough catch, a low skipping bounce pass by McCray that didn't come up, and on the run, Kaner-Medley did the smart thing, got the ball under control and got it up on the rim, drawing the foul.
Dudley picked up the foul.
It's amazing this building can get that quiet. They've been rocking. Settle down for the free throw.
In speaking with Al Skinner about the first game in the Atlantic Coast Conference, what that's really like, he says there is a period of adjustment in terms of not only the atmosphere, the environment you're in, but also beginning to understand how much of what you do is practice the style of play and the kind of defense.
And how they're going to defend you, what the coach's strategies are. I'd say it takes at least a year to go through it. And Dave Lato finding that out at Virginia, just to feel comfortable with knowing your opponent and how he manages his ball club.
John Oates, the 6'10 sophomore from Don Bosco Prep in New Jersey, knocks down the tray, 31-29, Maryland. Sterling Ledbetter in the game for the first time. Feeds Bowers. That's an offensive head position to collect that charge.
Yep. Bowers would have been better served to just throw a little jump hook and come to a stop here, but never kept his forward momentum from going down. And a lot of courage by Dudley to stand under the 7'1", 260-pound Bowers.
I think Dudley's playing. He'll find a chip to put on that shoulder to motivate him. And I think perhaps not making Phil Martelli's team this summer only served to make him work that much harder for Elspeth. Loose ball again taken away. Another turnover by BC. McCray in traffic, rejected by Smith. And a bad pass. Dudley comes away with it. Bowers pushed it. Gary Williams disagrees.
Well, understand that this Boston College team in the last 3 years, Tim, 18-6 on the road in the Big East, tied with UConn for the best record in that category. So they can travel and play. They are not intimidated by hostile houses.
Terrapin foul number 31, Will Bowers, his second, 8th on the
That's
team.
2 fouls on Bowers very quickly. Well, Maryland will have a dilemma with foul difficulty with some of their bigs.
But it's amazing. We talked about the war of attrition. Yet right now, that Dudley, Craig Smith still being productive.
Boston College with the offensive rebound. Hennett running the show with Smith. Oates has Haynes. Smith wants it. Haynes had a chance. Now he gets it to him. Look at that quickness. And some quick on quick with a Beckway, rejecting Craig Smith.
Returning for Will Bowers, 25, Kenny Beckway.
You can see inside, Maryland did a nice job. The double team coming down and Gist forcing him under the basket. Craig Smith really having no angle up. And then Beckway coming from behind for the block. Triple team inside for the All-American candidate.
He does have quick feet, though. There's McLean. Akita McLean out of Pittsburgh, PA. Well, they're really happy to have him back because he gives them an additional athlete on the low block.
And the last piece of the puzzle, and we'll talk about him as we go on, is Sean Williams, who is out of school right now and a center, a key component for this ball club. Certainly, McLean gives them at least some substitution up front.
Jones deals to a Beckway, and he's rejected. Oh.
John Oates getting into play.
A little back in your face from John Oates. And a foul off the ball. It will go against Boston College. I think they whistle Dudley. A little in your face far from our nation's capital. We're tied at 31 with 3 and change remaining.
Nice suit.
Thank you.
Mine's redder.
Well, I bring the gifts of the season.
Oh, really? I bring the low prices of the season.
I slide down thousands of chimneys in one night.
I'm hanging from hundreds of thousands of GM cars right now.
I have a sleigh.
Mine's better.
The GM Red Tag event, we've made holiday shopping easy. The price on our tag is the price you pay, not a penny more.
I have a lovely wife.
Yeah, well, I live with my mother.
I know.
Chicken club fries. Grilled cheese.
Thank you. Little triangles, just how you like it. Little teeny weeny pieces.
The only guys who need their sandwiches cut up
My teeny weeny guy.
are guys who need to have their sandwiches cut up.
That's your favorite, isn't it?
Hardee's new chicken club with bacon and Swiss. Tastes like a club, just doesn't look like one.
Wow, that's beautiful. Hey, look at that one. Whoa. I like that one.
was cool.
The all-new 7-passenger Jeep Commander with available command view skylights. It's your world. Take command.
FSN's Pro Football Preview. Get the stories only our insiders have. With breaking news.
I would like to apologize.
And expert analysis. FSN Pro Football Preview. Today on FSN.
Mike Bloomberg in our college basketball studios in Atlanta. Coming up on the Lowe's halftime show, a look at the BC Maryland first half. Plus, we'll talk Big 12 hoops and hear from Duke coach Mike Krzyzewski on the end of the ACC's round-robin schedule. Right now, let's go back just outside of our nation. Mike Chiminski, Charles Davis. Timmy B, take it away.
Mike, thanks. We look forward to halftime, and the entire ACC Sunday night season is going to be wonderful. Next week on ACC Sunday Night Hoops, beginning with Texas Southern taking on the 6th-ranked Eagles. Then Miami battles 25th-ranked North Carolina State, followed by Valparaiso looking to upset top-ranked Duke. Coverage begins with our college basketball tip-off show. Mike and the guys, 3 o'clock Eastern Time, noon Pacific. Very well played first half here at the Comcast Center in College Park.
So far, Ed, Boston College not showing any ill effects of that first loss to Michigan State.
Haynes comes out of there with it, feeds Hennett. Marquez Haynes on the floor with Smith, Oates, and Hennett, who's controlling the basketball now for BC. Maryland with Ledbetter on the floor, along with James Gist, Jones, McCray.
We talked about it, that Boston College now trying to get a little control of the pace of this game, running through their offense here.
The thing they can do with the shot clock winding down. Hennett with 4 on the shot clock misses. There's Dudley with the follow. One of the things they can do now is take advantage, giving some time to Kaner Medley, to Strawberry for foul difficulty.
And a smaller team out there for Maryland now, and that's what breaks your heart as a coach. You play 30 seconds of good defense and you give up an offensive rebound after an errant shot.
First lead for Boston College since it was 2-0. Comes with under 2 minutes to play. Oh, duck under, count it, and a foul. James Gist.
Well, Gist has a quickness, and again, the cardinal rule on the post, you don't want to give up that baseline. If you've got you can't, there's no way help can come over in time to save that play.
On the team, James Gist for 1.
9 team fouls now against Boston College as Oates picked up his second. Tyrese Rice is back on the floor now, replacing Haynes for BC.
But it's amazing, Tim. Just Maryland seems like they should be ahead in this game by a lot, and Boston College just has a way of keeping themselves in the game.
The other thing BC does well is not get concerned with the shot clock. They very rarely, that's a turnover. The freshman carried it, and I'm always happy to see that call. Gary Maxwell made that one on his veteran officiating crew. And by the way, we should mention, we saw him earlier tonight, a veteran official for many years now, the supervisor of AC. Doherty was with us, and we had a chance to chat with him.
The carrying of the basketball is a point of emphasis for the referees this year, and they have been on top of it right from the start of the season.
Ledbetter does not get the roll. Craig Smith claims the rebound for BC.
What a terrific all-around game Craig Smith has had in this first half.
Oates, he likes that spot. Not this time. McCray the rebound. Little stop and go on Dudley, but Jared would have none of it. He stayed right with McCray. Off the wing. Out there for Jones. He likes that deep 3. Here's Dudley. Trying a one-on-one move that's rare for him. Might have thought differently about that one. A loose ball again. Rice's hands are all over the place. Jones.
Too many jump shots for Maryland in this stretch. They're settling for the outside.
Wave it off. Another player control foul.
Well, The freshman Rice has really struggled in this game, not only handling the basketball with his decisions as well. Might have been better served to pull that one out instead of force the action, or at least somehow try to find your senior Craig Smith.
BC's third offensive foul. I really thought Rice helped them at one point when he came into the game, but you're right. In talking with Al Skinner today, you got to take some of the bad with the good.
Right now, Tim, his scoring is the good.
Yeah.
His playmaking is a little suspect.
Yeah. Maryland won for their last 11 from the floor, so they've hit a cold spell. Settling for the long jumper, having something to do with that as the clock winds down in the first half. Abekwe finishes the way he began the first half and gives Maryland a 2-point edge at the break. And Kenny, a 7 of 9 from the floor, 15 points in the first half. Is that authoritative enough?
Well, it's an exclamation point, and it's illustrative of the half that Abekwe had.
Let's get you back to our Atlanta studios. Larry Conley, Coach Perry, and Mike Goldberg. Mike.
Tim Brando, thank you very much.
You're watching FSN South.
Welcome back. Great ball movement here for Boston College. Craig Smith with the dunk. He had 10 points. So did Jared Dudley. But BC trails by 2. Getting you set for the second half of our ACC Sunday Night Hoops Showcase. And while it's exciting to have new teams like BC in the ACC, there are those who mourn the demise of round-robin play. Amongst those, Duke head basketball coach Mike Krzyzewski, who thinks there's a distinct advantage to playing strong conference opponents again late in the season.
When you play teams the second time during February, it's tougher. People know you, they come back at you, and I think that was great preparation for us going into the NCAA tournament. Win or lose, we played 8 games against people we had played in January, in February, or early March, and we got a chance to have somebody come at us very hard 8 straight times. I think that toughens you up for the tournament, and I think it made us better, and we're not going to have that.
As a coach, I would agree exactly what Coach K said, but it is changing times, and I think coaches are going to have to get used to that. But you'd love to have playing people the second time around. You're used to them, they're used to you. It makes you better.
Well, but you're also dealing with reality shows today in television. We got a reality schedule in college basketball right now. And it's unfortunate because I think the fans are the ones who suffer, because some of them are not going to get a chance to see the Dukes and North Carolinas and some of those great rivalries, Mike, that they've had in the past.
Well, the reality of the first half, turned it over 7 times. That's why they lead this game by 2. Boston College shot nearly 60%.
Thank goodness for Abekwe for Maryland.
Maryland can't turn it over. BC's going to have to make some threes to get out of there with a win.
Let's see if they can in their first ever ACC contest. Historic night here on ACC Sunday Night Hoops. Nick Kaner-Medley having a little something to say in the first half. 9 points for the upperclassmen. Maryland leads by 2. Enjoy the...
Do it up big in Dodge Ram Thunder Road, featuring best-in-class available Hemi power, best-in-class interior room, and 20-inch wheels. And right now, with year-end bonus cash, even the deals are big. For a limited time, get into an 05 Ram 1500 regular cab ST for only $14,955 after $6,500 in combined cash allowances. Hurry in today for year-end bonus cash and grab yourself a big deal.
This week on FSN's Pro Football Preview. Get the stories only our insiders have. With breaking news.
I would like to apologize.
And expert analysis. FSN Pro Football Preview today on FSN.
Atlanta Hawks basketball is on FSN South. Will the young Hawks have the answer? For one of the league's premier scoring machines, AI. Hawks 76ers, Wednesday at 7 on FSN South.
What does America need right now?
How about an assurance from Chrysler and Jeep?
what would that be?
Gas and scheduled maintenance for 2 years. A 60,000-mile limited warranty.
Engine, transmission, oil changes, they're all covered.
What does it mean to you?
I can fill up my tank without emptying my wallet.
Schedule maintenance is taken care of.
Gas, maintenance, warranty.
What else is there?
It's our Miles of Freedom plan. Now to the end of the year, get 2 years of gas and scheduled maintenance and a 5-year or 60,000-mile limited warranty on a great selection of 05 and 06 models. It's all taken care of.
Got a gaming fan on your list? We've got gifts to make their games come alive. More games, more stuff. This holiday, there are more gifts to give at Best Buy.
A new original genre in television. News with
Out with the People.
Geraldo at Large. Every weekday. Check your local listings.
Welcome back to Comcast Center. ACC Sunday Night Hoops with Maryland leading by 2. Tim Brando along with Charles Davis and the G-Man, Mike Jaminski. Well, big fella, it's been a big man's delight tonight.
No, the big guys have showed up, and Kenny Bekwe has really been special so far in this first half, and doing it in a variety of ways, showing the ability to put the ball, and then he comes in with the finish. We know his ability to get on the offensive glass, but then getting the steal and finishing at the rim full court. He has had a tremendous first 20 minutes. Here you see his season numbers on the left, already ahead of that with 15 points tonight on 7 of 9 shooting to go with 5 rebounds. And then the bookend forwards for BC have showed up. Jared Dudley has shown that his versatility, able to defend and cause some points out in the open. He's got 10 points at this point. And then Craig Smith has also shown up inside Dudley, finishing there on the offensive rebound. And here's Smith out in the open floor. Nice passing. He has had a tremendous all-around basketball game. 10 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists for him. And he and Dudley have really carried the load here early for Boston College.
Momentarily, we'll hear from Charles Davis. He talked with the Boston College coaches, and he'll update us on what they felt were the points of concern. Strawberry, who did get the early foul, sat much of the waning moments of the first half.
Well, I think Gary Williams got to be concerned with 57% shooting by Boston College.
Yes.
That number's got to. You can't let a team come into your house and feel that comfortable.
Marshall to dump down to Smith, in traffic using the window.
And those are the opportunities that Boston College has been getting in this game. So far, they are outscoring Maryland in the paint now, 26-20. Those are actually his first points of the game, and they need to get him going over his last 3, averaging a double-double, 16 points, 11 rebounds.
Nice look by Marshall as he found Dudley in a pass. Jared Dudley's ability to pass from the high post is outstanding.
Great little back screen, too, and not a lot of communication by Maryland defensively.
Gainer Medley the dump down. Gray was anticipating a move to the baseline by Gainer Medley. Did not happen. Let's go to Charles Davis. Charles?
Tim and Mike, I talked with Ed Cooley from the Boston College coaching staff at the half, and he's for them to win the game. Number 1, limit Maryland to 1 shot. They gave up 6 offensive rebounds in the first half. They've got to take care of the ball better. 10 turnovers in the first half against BC, and they want to get to the foul line. They averaged 25 foul shots per game. They only went to the foul line 2 times in the first half, 0 for 2.
Given that fact, Charles, let's take a look at our accurate stats. And I think the key really is the rebounding story, as well as the ability to get to the free throw line in the pass for Boston College. Not so much tonight.
And well, Timmy, in this year, they have made free throws. Their opponents have only attempted 92, which is a huge disparity, but their free throw line has not been their ally here this evening.
Well, Bekwe picked up the foul, his first. And now Boston College 0 for 3 at the free throw line.
When Charles is talking about the turnovers, 10, they average 11 for the game. They take care of the basketball better than anybody in the AC season. Let's see if Boston College, I thought Maryland dictated the tempo a little bit. Let's see if they try to be a little bit more methodical in their offense.
Beckway backing in. There's the help from Oates. It comes late. And the rebound to Jared Dudley.
And Dudley did a nice job of keeping his body on Beckway and keeping him getting right to the front of the rim, making him take a tough short jump shot.
Dudley now posting up Kaner Medley. Oates lost it to McRae.
Al Skinner irate. He thought that McRae hit Marshall pretty hard on that play, but McRae, his credentials as a defender, pretty good.
Getting into the passing lane, Craig Smith. He's got such quick feet. Both he and Dudley are deceptively quick, especially down here. Smith is quick. Doesn't finish that one. And Smith ties him up. What a heady play. The arrow is to Maryland. And Beckway obviously a little upset with what Smith did. He just made a very heady play and tied him up.
Kept it in, and Kaner Medley wrapping the ball up in that situation. You've got to get rid of it. Good call by the referees. Yep. And I think more than anything, BC may be trying to send a message to the league about how they're going to compete this year, especially on an away floor.
Strawberry had it deflected, stays with it. Smith clears it. Smith now with 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 12 points, a couple of steals, and a pair of blocks. I'd say that's efficient.
Heading toward a triple-double quickly.
Dudley out of control, turned it over. That's the 12th BC turnover. And what Al Skinner's finding out is maybe the Eastern basketball had about finesse basketball in the ACC. Just that.
Timmy,
that's stereotype.
This is my 4th year doing this package, and this league is very physical night in and night out.
No doubt. Beckway. I believe that stereotype is from a bygone era.
No question about it. And that was a nice job. Maryland, I thought, had taken some quick jump shots, but they worked their offense well, some penetration, and Beckway really has been playing off that.
Maryland by 1, just over 4 minutes gone by. Dudley rejected by Beckway. Strawberry. Now a little high-low game between Kaner Medley and Beckway. And the foul will go against Oates. That's 3 on John Oates. Kenny Beckway defensive end. As well as on the offensive all night long here at Comcast.
Be brilliant with a pair of diamond earrings from Zales.
Call office.
Office.
Call Erica. Call Wayne.
Fort Wayne. 72 degrees.
83.
88.6 FM.
Volume up.
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 Volume down.
Chinese.
Seafood.
Mexican.
Italian. Display map.
Zoom in.
Zoom out. Out. Out.
Of all its abilities,
Call home.
listening may be its most impressive. The voice-activated Accurate TL.
Every Subway sandwich is made fresh right in front of you, so you choose all the ingredients. The meat, the veggies, the fresh baked bread. No wonder so many people are coming over to the great taste of Subway subs, because when they don't make the sandwiches, you do. Subway, eat fresh.
Be brilliant this holiday with a half-carat diamond right-hand ring, just $2.99. From Zales.
Toyotathon is back. For 27 years, it's been the greatest time to buy the Toyota you're looking for. Quality, selection, value. You'll find it in every vehicle we build. Check out Toyota's biggest truck ever. More standard horsepower, payload capacity, and towing ability than the Ford F-150 Super Crew. Now, sign and drive lease the 06 Tundra Double Cab for $269 a month for 39 months with absolutely zero due at signing. The place is your Toyota dealer. The time is now. Treat yourself today. Toyota, moving forward.
ACC Sunday Night Hoops is brought to you by the all-new 2006 Jeep Commander. The most capable 7-passenger 4x4. It's your world. Take command. Maryland leading Boston College here on ACC Sunday Night Hoops. Kenny Abekwe, Carson, California's own, our Chevrolet student of the game. He has been outstanding. Recipient of the LaFranc Scholarship for the 2nd straight year. I've really been impressed with the offensive moves that he's shown. Much more so than a year ago. He's really improved that aspect of his game.
And the defense is a given. You know, the rebounding has always been there, but they've needed to find that guy down on the low block who could produce some points for them. Garrison Moore, of a perimeter player for Maryland.
Keita McLean had a hand on that one in the passing lane to knock it away into Marshall's hands. McLean just into the game after the time with Dudley, Smith, Hennett, and Marshall for Boston College. McLean, way too strong. Not known as a shooter. Hauled down the rebound. Gainer Medley. Garrison. Tell you, DJ Strawberry is dealing the basketball very well for Gary Williams tonight.
Well, and he's got a good assist. The game he really had was George Washington. He had 7 turnovers in that game, Timmy, but for the most part on the year, he's made good decisions.
By the way, GW is likely to have a very good year. In their conference, they're going to be a tough out as Smith gets another slam off the feed from Dudley.
A lot of the teams in that conference down this year, and really the only test they have on their schedule is an upcoming game against NC State.
Look at those points in the paint. Kenny getting free. Marshall had to pick up the foul. Here's our Staples easy play of the game.
There's the look inside, and you can see that ball movement. They run that flex offense, a very tight screen or tightly around the block, and just very efficient at pounding the ball inside.
There is, much like a golfer in his take-back, stoppage at shooting form of his.
And you want it to be more fluid, but one of the major things they did, the 2 overhauls, they're keeping his right elbow in more, closer to his body, and they've got him shooting the ball in front of his head. He used to launch it from behind his head, and that's improved somewhat.
Charles Davis has more. Charles?
You guys mentioned earlier in the game that he got with a shooting doctor, a guru named Andy Enfield, who's worked with over 100 NBA players. And this summer, when Abekwe was working on his shot, he's also working with the number Andrew Bogut. So they benefited from working out with each other.
Abekwe in traffic that time, has it deflected. On the deck, Craig Smith again. How about the presence of mind? The moment he got the basketball on the floor, he got the timeout. He knew that was a turnover waiting to happen. Maryland by 3, just over 6 minutes gone.
Got a gaming fan on your list? We've got gifts to make their games come alive. More games, more stuff. This holiday, there are more gifts to give at Best Buy.
Announcing the Mitsubishi Holiday Thrills event, where you can get great deals on some of the most exciting cars on the road, like the Mitsubishi Endeavor, the Mitsubishi Galant, and the new Mitsubishi Raider. We've got great rebates with up to $3,500 factory cash back on select vehicles. See the great cashback offers available only at the Mitsubishi Holiday Thrills event and only for a limited time. Mitsubishi, driven to thrill.
The look of love is in your eyes. The look your heart carries.
Everyone wants the fresh toasted chicken and bacon ranch for dinner. Real bacon and tender chicken. Only at Subway restaurants.
Oh, come on.
Maryland up by 3, and we talked about the shooting of Kenea Bekwe, so let's get a little comparison of last year's form as opposed to this year's form. And last year you could see that elbow starts to fly out a little bit on line, but here much better form, able to keep it in line. A good shooter misses short or long. He never misses left or right, and when that elbow drifts out, that's when problems start. And then you see he's already increased it 8 percentage points. 12 at the free throw line, and there's a result in the numbers. And Tim, it's amazing how coaches are very reluctant to work with a guy who's got bad shooting form, but this may be a good example of something like this paying dividends.
Well, tonight he has a season high 19. His career high was 21 a year ago against. If you're a perimeter shooter and you feel like, hey, this is what I've been doing, I can understand it. But in the case of a post player, one that really does have an unorthodox shot, why not listen?
But you know what, Tim, I mean, if the numbers don't back you up, then if it's broken, you got to fix it.
That's right.
You know, just because a kid's been shooting that way or all his life doesn't mean it's the right way. This does really taking the crowd out of the game, methodically working themselves through their offense.
Marshall leaves it for Smith. That's a wonderful play coming out of the timeout.
25 seconds, run through, and you get a layup. And you just grind the other team down, and now this crowd back on its heels a little bit.
That is textbook Al Skinner coach out of a timeout. Two-man game between Bekwe and Kaner Medley. McCray fouled on the way up. Is going to be tagged with that foul.
Well, you're just going to see good ball movement here. The drive, the dribble, penetration twice. And because of that, the interior defense breaks down, and Craig Smith is very good at shaping up and presenting himself as a target to catch the ball.
Smith did get the foul, his first. And the co-captain, Chris McCray, at the free throw line.
You know, if there's one thing I've seen in this game, Boston College's ability to put the ball on the floor and get inside has really caused Maryland some problems.
Finally be becoming, Mike, the shooter that Gary Williams always thought he would be. You know, he's a streaky guy, but there have been times when shot selection could be an issue.
Well, and you look at the numbers, 57% from the floor, 40% from three, and 87 from the free throw line. That's pretty solid.
He has found his stroke this year, no question. And Gary Williams always thought that he had that capability. And it's an offensive foul. DJ Strawberry inducing the player control foul.
And this is something you don't see a lot of. You've got two very big point guards going at one another. Hinnant's about 6'4", Strawberry maybe a little bit taller.
Nice work by Smith again, reaching in. Eda McClain there to follow up to get the deuce.
That was a nice job by McClain. He didn't give up on that play. Initially, Strawberry got back and defended pretty well.
Bekwe to Garrison.
That's Garrison's game. I talked about it. He's had some nice moves inside, but he is a very good 15-foot jump shooter.
Travis has all of his points, all 6 of them, since the intermission. Dudley reads no double team, forces it up. Marshall there to follow, and he's fouled. Timeout, 11:49 remaining. Maryland by 3. Emotions running high in this high-octane ACC matchup in December.
What does America need right now?
How about an assurance?
What would that be?
Gas and scheduled maintenance for 2 years. 60,000-mile limited warranty.
Engine, transmission, oil changes, they're all covered.
What does it mean to you?
I can fill up my tank without emptying my wallet.
Schedule maintenance is taken care of.
Gas, maintenance, warranty.
What else is there?
It's our Miles of Freedom plan. Now to the end of the year, get 2 years of gas and scheduled maintenance and a 5-year or 60,000-mile limited warranty on a great selection of 05 and 06 models. It's all taken care of.
Dad,
Hey, buddy.
Could you read me a story? Football.
That's okay. I can.
Whoa.
Introducing the DirecTV Plus DVR.
Do it again.
Finally, an easy-to-use DVR that gives you the power to pause and rewind live TV, so you'll never miss a second of what's important to you.
Somebody up there loves you. DirecTV.
Get a free DirecTV Plus DVR when you sign up now. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
This holiday, get them the real thing. FFs from Honda. Engineered for years of trouble-free performance. Everything else is just a toy. For just $29 a month, bring home a genuine Honda CRFF and really make their holiday. Plus, get $200 in bonus bucks.
Know what they're thinking? The new Arby's Market Fresh Reuben sandwich. Choose corned beef or turkey, melted Swiss, Thousand Island dressing, and sauerkraut on toasted marble rye. Also try our new loaded potato bites with Cool Ranch sour cream sauce. It'll have you saying, I'm thinking Arby's.
ACC Sunday Night Hoops in the land of much history. Our nation's capital. And this is not at all that kind of battle, but it is historic what we're witnessing tonight. Boston College in its debut in the Atlantic Coast Conference, and Craig Smith saying hello to a brand new league in a very big way. Sean Marshall, the junior from Rialto, California, with a free throw. Take a look at our Acura leaders, and only 6 players in the last 4 seasons have averaged over fifth among that group.
J.J. Redick certainly having a statement game against Texas the other day with a career-high 41. And I think as Craig Smith, as the talent around him has gotten better, his numbers have stayed about the same.
My guess is after that poor shooting night at Cameron against Virginia Tech, he was ready to have a big game in New Jersey yesterday.
Well, I think, you know, it's only December, but two All-American, Adam Morrison and J.J. Redick, I think, have a stranglehold. Everybody else is playing for 3 spots.
I would agree.
And 15, James Gist.
James Gist back on the floor along with Mike Jones. Gist is fouled. It'll go against Akita McClain. You know, you mentioned McClain's off the court problems. He's just arriving now. Also touched on a player that could really make a very big difference, Sean Williams, for this team. He's still serving a suspension, and along with a football player was arrested off the court. They're really hopeful that they'll be able to get him back. And when they do, this will be a much more formidable team. Charles Davis has more.
Their coaching staff said that when they get him back, their interior defense will be so much better. I also had a chance to talk with the athletic director of BC, Gene DiFilippo, and he said that Sean Williams must pass all of his class, all the requirements that BC has laid out for him, and then at that point, they'll talk about his reinstatement. His last words to me, Charles, it's still up in the air.
Yes, he was, as we mentioned, arrested, possession of liquor and marijuana, along with a football player, as you see. Sean Marshall knocking it down.
But the most important thing he brings to the team, he allows Dudley and Smith to play their natural positions at 3 and 4, and he's an opponent as a shot blocker.
11 in the game for Marshall. Terrapins by 1. Painter Medley off the front iron, pulled down by Smith. He's got 9 rebounds.
BC's done a great job of cleaning up the boards in this half. Charles Davis mentioned that's one of the keys they had. Not too many second chance opportunities for Maryland.
Dudley with a number of ball fakes, able to induce the foul underneath.
Well, you get the sense it's a Maryland, it's a 1-point lead, but in this second half, Boston College has been controlling tempo. Dudley just seems to be where the basketball is. I talked about it. He's got a knack for making plays and finding ways to beat you.
Travis Garrison got the foul, his third, with over 10 to play. Well, the best damn sports show, period, is the greatest nightly sports show on television. Join Chris Rose, John Sally, Rob Dibble, and Rodney Pete. The best damn sports show, period. Weeknight, I said.
You see that look, Timmy, and that's the one thing the assistant coaches, they asked me, said, that big wall at the end, who sits up there? And I said, it's students, top to bottom, and you're going to be shooting into it in the second half. And as a result of that, Dudley misses 2 free throws.
They're 2 of 8 as a team now in free throws. And this is a club that loves to live on the line. Gist, fouled by Smith. That'll be 2 on Craig.
Well, you look at it, and Gist has been up and down. His first 4 games, he averaged 12 points per, all of them in double figures. Last 4, he struggled some, has had illness, some injuries. Only 1 double-figure game, averaging half as many points, but starting to get that rhythm back offensively. Put on some weight and some strength this year, and they look for him to be a factor along with the Beckway down on the low post.
As his total game improves, Mike, I'm of the opinion that he's one of the real building blocks for down the road in the next 2 or 3 years. Comes up empty with both free throw opportunities.
And no reason to think that he's not going to be a 4-year guy as well. You know, that he's going to be here and have a chance to develop.
There have been occasional one-hit wonders, short-term players in Maryland. Smith knocks one down, but really not since Steve Francis, really. I mean, this is a Maryland program that's had of its success, guys that hung around for 3 or 4 years.
Chris Wilcox was one that surprised them a little bit, leaving after a sophomore year in the national championship.
Rice to Marshall, and a foul, the end result. Maryland getting back defensively, but not quickly enough to keep from fouling. Kaner Medley gets that one.
And we probably should be talking about this guy a little bit more. Sean Marshall flies under the, we talk about flying under the radar as a program, but he plays with such high profile forwards in Dudley and Hub. But Sean Marshall, very important, just under 15 points per game and shoots a very high percentage.
Yeah, and a good defender, which is obviously what Al Skinner wants in every player that he brings into his program. Talked a little bit about playing at the very highest level in the ABA with the Nets. Was part of an ABA championship team. Played with Dr. J.
Won that in '76. Played at UMass, where Doc played as well. The big blowout afro there. A little bit different right there. See what coaching does to you? It's just
he, as they say, went to cover 2 as opposed to press man coverage, right?
You know all about that, don't you now?
Oh, boy.
But he is he's a wonderful guy to be around, just so even-tempered. He's fiery. He'll get after it on the sidelines, and he's been chatting it up with the referees some.
By the way, cover 2 is a lot better than press man. Sean Marshall, as we mentioned, junior from Rialto, California, played at Eisenhower High School there. And really, defense was the question mark with him coming in. When you play in a program like this with other guys that are as dedicated at that end of the floor, you're going to get better in a hurry. And he has. Boston College by 2. Jones a leaner. Look out, because once he makes a shot with his in-between game, it might ignite him from downtown.
Well, he just looks so much more comfortable out on the floor shooting the basketball.
Dudley off the bounce. Marshall the follow.
See, Maryland can't give up that play right now. You know, with Gist in the Beckway, they can't let a small forward sneak in and tip in a missed shot.
14 for Sean Marshall, playing big the last few minutes. Jones, what did I tell you?
Looked at Marshall, too, after that shot. Those two having a little bit of a conversation.
54-53. Smith with the answer.
When you have a player of size like that, when he lays a body on you, it's tough to elevate, and that's why Gist not able to block his shot down low. Smith effectively just keeping him on the ground.
Tipped away by Tyrese Rice. Going for the loose ball out of bounds to Maryland. But right now, Boston College trying the in-between game, the lost start of the college game. And from the seat of his pants, downtown.
Connect to the modern world, or escape from it.
So how are the digital cameras cutting?
They're,
I'm using oak for the first time ever.
Look, it's a cuckoo.
We haven't actually gotten an image yet on the screen.
Well, we drew a picture on the back.
You know, sir, this year we can use the easy button to get all the digital cameras we need.
Megapixels.
Do it.
This holiday, get all your digital gifts with the Easy Button. Staples has a huge selection of brand name digital cameras. And this week, get a free Epson photo camera after easy rebate. Staples, that was easy.
When two great things come together, that's the sweet spot. The race-inspired Nismo Frontier from Nissan.
This week on the Best Damn Sports Show, period.
Hi, this is Howard Stern. I'm coming up on the Best Damn Sports Show, period.
The king of all media holds court with our guys, and nothing is off limits.
There is no way that I want a woman to see that in the locker room.
He gets serious about his future and talks some sports.
The less I know about sports, the better it is for the show.
December 14th. Tune in.
And hear the real Howard Stern.
This week at 10:30.
Welcome back to the University of Maryland, where Boston College leads by 1. Let's take a look now at the Acura key performers, where these are the most guys averaging double figures in the ACC thus far this season. Maryland has 5 guys averaging 10 points or more. Boston College 4. Not bad in the early going, guys.
Additionally, when you think about the numbers tonight, Abikwe and McCray carrying the load, but when you only play, college has actually gone a little deeper into their bench tonight. They had to, but you better get efficiency from the ones that are on the floor, and that's what Al Skinner's been getting.
Well, we talked about that offense, and I think that speaks to the passing ability of Smith and Dudley, who can make plays for other people as well as score the basketball inside. If you look at Maryland, they had 5 double-figure scores to me, and 2 other guys are averaging 9 points, right, just under double figures. Yep. So that's the extent to which they've been sure.
Yeah, James Gist and Mike Jones both at 9. Craig Smith picked up that foul, so he has 3 with 7:39 remaining for Boston College. See the field goal shooting percentage tonight, and amazingly at halftime, Boston College is shooting a 57% clip, but trailing.
Yep. And that's a function of turnovers really at this point, and Maryland's ability to kind of counter off that. Maryland's problem has been rebounding the basketball. Offensive rebounds and second chance opportunities have helped Boston College.
Tyrese Rice remains in at the point along with Dudley, Smith, Hennett, and Oates on the floor for BC. Rice lost it. Jones end to end.
Normally, you know, a freshman comes in and has a rough first half like Rice did. Sometimes he can settle down in the second half, unsteady in this game.
Jones with 7 points in the last minute and 45 seconds for Maryland. They lead by 3. Dudley for 3. Smith has range, but thought better of it there.
13th offensive rebound for Boston College, and when you're shooting over 50%.
And look at that pass, absolutely threaded into Smith.
What I've liked so far about Boston College, Tim, every time Maryland goes and puts on a little bit of a run, they come back with a good offensive set and a basket and an answer, and they quiet the crowd.
Garrison hesitated. In midair, he thought about not taking the shot. And he went halfway through the cylinder and out. BC shoots the lead on this possession. Rice for three.
And we talked about you got to live with certain things from him, and right now, you know, they have Hinnon and him out on the floor. That allows Rice to be a scorer in this offense.
He does not lack for courage, does he? No. Beckway steps in. That's going to be a foul. It may be 4 on Smith.
That first play, the good movement of the basketball, good catch inside by Smith. I mean, when you get it in there, it is an automatic 2 points. And here's Rice. He thought about it a little bit, but Fearless able to finish. This again, the turnovers, and where turnovers occur really hurts you. Mike Jones able to beat BC down the floor. No way they could have defensive balance to get back.
All 4 of Craig Smith's fouls have come in this half. And now with 5:42 remaining, Nikita McLean is Marshall. I think that's going to go with Sean Marshall rather than Nikita McLean.
They're going to try to, Al Skinner going to get him out, maybe try to buy him some time underneath the 4-minute mark to that next TV timeout. Try to get him on the bench.
Really helps to have the lead or at least be tied in this situation as Smith comes out of the game. He can't stay out too very long. Beckway gives them the lead.
And you would think as a senior, the ability to play with 4 fouls going down the stretch.
Yes. Now you would think that Dudley would have to become a larger factor on the offensive end. Timeout. We'll be back.
What does America need right now?
How about an assurance from Chrysler and Jeep?
What would that be?
Gas and scheduled maintenance for 2 years. A 60,000-mile limited warranty.
Engine, transmission, oil changes, they're all covered.
What does it mean to you?
I can fill up my tank without emptying my wallet.
Schedule maintenance.
Maintenance, warranty?
What else is there?
It's our Miles of Freedom plan. Now to the end of the year, get 2 years of gas and scheduled maintenance and a 5-year or 60,000-mile limited warranty on a great selection of 05 and 06 models. It's all taken care of.
We're tied at 60, and there is a rule change that you wanted to discuss as it relates to the time and score that we're in right now.
Well, and Timmy, you know, the important thing is there's 26 seconds on the clock, which means that Boston College was in jeopardy of a 10-second violation. Now with this timeout, they get I think that rule's got to be changed. They should only have 1 second to get it over half court. That's, you know, you're penalizing the defense right there for a good stand.
I believe that has been broached in the past, but the coaches have really not taken it that seriously.
And I don't understand it. You know, there should be a penalty for the offense in this situation, and there is none right now, other than burning a timeout.
Dudley should become more of the focal point with Smith out. Takes it in and makes it happen. Count it.
Well, and here right now, if you're Maryland, you got a horse on the bench in Craig Smith. This is the guy who's going to be scoring points. You've got to focus in on him defensively. And this ability to create off the dribble, and really, he took on both of Maryland's bigs right there in Garrison and Beckway and scored.
4th foul on Garrison. By the way, those are Dudley's first points this half, so he understands how his role might change in a given moment in every game. You talked about basketball game.
He knows he has to step up and take over and carry his team about through the 4 or 3-minute mark.
BC struggles at the free throw line, though. Continue. Kaner Medley falling away. 5 minutes remaining. We're tied at 62. College Park, Maryland. Tim Brando, Mike Kaminsky, and Charles Davis. Happy to have you with us. Dudley has it deflected. Kaner Medley has it deflected. Loose ball run down. Strawberry is fouled. Dudley got him. Probably a good foul, because they were in the midst of a 3-on-1 breakaway.
Well, if you remember, Garrison had a play earlier in the first half where he took a weak foul and gave up a 3-point play. In that situation, You either let the play go or put the man at the line, not hurt him, mind you, but don't let him score a three-point basket. Make him earn it at the free throw line.
And Craig Smith coming back onto the floor. Let's go back to Charles Davis.
Guys, at the end of the Michigan State game, Craig Smith was frustrated, not so much because he didn't get the ball down the stretch, but because he said, I'm a senior leader, I'm a captain, I have to make more things happen and carry my team home. They didn't get that done against Michigan State. Now he comes back in late in the game. See if they can get over the hump in this one.
That's the first point for DJ Strawberry, and you see the human double-double that Craig Smith is.
Well, and he's done, and also the assist numbers there, so he's making plays, and that's what he's seen this year, gathering, you get that double-team defensive attention as a great player, and you have to be able to make plays out of it.
Hennett pops out. Marshall. Dudley on the low block with a Beckway in front of him. Hennett up top. Too strong. Knocked out to Strawberry. Garrison.
Got to use the backboard in that situation. Tried going right at the rim.
Rice launches. It's deflected by McRae. He's got Strawberry with him.
That's a function of size, Tim. McRae 6'6", Rice 6 feet. Shoots it a little flat, and McRae able to block the jump shot and ignite the break.
Terrapin crowd being heard from here in College Park. Smith has his pocket picked by Strawberry.
Good decision. Kaner Medley in years past, he might have tried to force something right there. Saw there was nothing there and got into the offense.
BC has 15 turnovers, uncharacteristic for them. Beckway trying to keep it alive and does. Shot clock under 10. Strawberry in traffic turns it over. Now numbers for BC. Tyrese Rice right to the rack. It's a one-point game.
Well, not only did Strawberry turn it over at the end of the clock, but he fell down as well, and that took a defender out of the play and allowing BC to rush up the floor.
65-64. Timeout. Think how important it is to get a leg up in the ACC with a conference win in December. In the case of Maryland, they don't play for 12 days. You talk about a quality of life victory for Gary Williams. I know it's a home win, but against this club, Boston College, they're going to be a tough out. They'll win a lot of road games in this conference.
As I said, they have played two ranked opponents, Gonzaga and George Washington, losing both of those. They were on a neutral floor in both occasions. This team going into the ACC season, they've got to beat a ranked opponent and then start to feel a little bit better about their game.
No question it's important for both teams, but as you know, in this league, you have got to protect your home court. There you see the story. The arrow is to Boston College. Double bonus for Maryland, obviously. Both teams with a pair of timeouts remaining.
Big issue for Boston College. Craig Smith, 4 personal fouls. Can Maryland that 5th?
Hennett, Marshall, Oates, Dudley, and Smith for Boston College. Strawberry, McRae, Harrison, Beckway, and Kaner Medley on the floor for Maryland. The dump down to Beckway, and he gets the contact from Oates. 21 remaining. Emotions running high as the Terrapins and Eagles meet for the first time as conference foes here in College Park.
Announcing the Mitsubishi Holiday Thrills event, where you can get great deals on some of the most exciting cars on the road, like the Mitsubishi Endeavor, the Mitsubishi Galant, the Mitsubishi Lancer, and the new Mitsubishi Raider. We've got great rebate factory cash back on select vehicles. See the great cashback offers available only at the Mitsubishi Holiday Thrills event and only for a limited time. Mitsubishi, driven to thrill.
Roadrunner High Speed Online with AOL presents.
I found myself online today. Downloaded a new song and dance. Found the news. Found old friends. Even found a little romance. I found such stories to tell when I found myself on Roadrunner with AOL.
Roadrunner High Speed Online from Time Warner Cable.
Toyotathon is on. The place to buy is Fred Anderson Toyota. Our biggest incentives of the year are here with huge clearance zone savings. Fred Anderson Toyota has the 34 MPG 06 Camry, now just $16,988 in the clearance zone. Sienna is now just $299 a month. Sign and drive with 0 down payment. Fred Anderson Toyota has the big double cab Tundra. Sign and drive with 0 down payment. Toyotathon is on. The place, Fred Anderson Toyota, the family store.
On FSN's Pro Football Preview. Get the stories only our insiders have. With breaking news.
I would like to apologize.
And expert analysis. FSN Pro Football Preview today on FSN.
As you look at our game summary, G-Man, I think you would agree, free throws and fouls are a key for Boston College the rest of the way. They're on the back end.
No question, that's their MO, and they've been pounding away inside and scoring. The big issue right now for Boston College, their star, Craig Smith, 4 personal fouls. Can he finish out this game last 2:21 and get it, get it to the end? And then, you look at Maryland, there's Craig Smith right there. Good senior, you see the numbers, a huge double-double, a great performance on the road, shooting a very high percentage. And then for Maryland, DJ Strawberry, can he manage on the stretch and get a win for his ball club? That'll be a huge part of the maturation of him as a point guard.
Boston College, not a team known necessarily for extending. They will play some 1-2-2 full court pressure times. They did that against Michigan State. Do you believe that's something that they'll try to do to Strawberry in the closing seconds?
Yeah, now selectively. I talked to Al Skinner about it, and he said, hey, we don't have the components to do that on a consistent basis, but in an end-game situation, why after the end of it make that they can do that?
Those are big misses. And it's a one-point game. Boston College with Bennett operating at the point. Giving it up to Dudley. Off the ball, foul spotted. It will go against the Beckway, holding Smith.
I think just Kenneth Beckway right now a little too narrow. Smith on his own in the low block almost disappears when Smith gets him on his rear end.
Remember, they've got a foul to give. That's the 16th foul, so not in the bonus as yet. BC inbounds. Maryland obviously in the double bonus. Tough pass by Marshall, picked off. Strawberry for McRae, count it, and the foul.
Inopportune turnovers have hurt Boston College in this game, and Maryland rushing the ball up the floor. Good call by the referees. Marshall still moving, trying to get underneath McRae.
4 fouls on Marshall. So both he and Smith, 1 away from being eliminated. One now a 4-point game on what was a 5-point swing on a turnover committed as they tried to force it into Smith.
Interesting matchup. The DJ Strawberry guarding Dudley.
Crisp pass, the quick double team, and Smith is fouled. Kaner Medley gets it. 4 on Nick Kaner Medley.
Interesting defensively. Gary Williams going a little smaller, bringing Garrison out of the ball game, putting Ledbetter perimeters and switch Strawberry over onto Dudley so that they cut down on his ability to dribble drive. Garrison now will come back in on an offense for defense.
Smith, his first free throw tonight. Rare that you'd say that. At the end of every Boston College practice, they have the shooting game, they call it. Each team takes sides, and at the conclusion, both end straight free throws in order to get out of the building. And again, Smith unable to convert both. 1 out of 2. BC has missed 9 of 13 opportunities at the free throw line tonight. Shot clock at 10. Strawberry on the dribble drive. They will take it away. He was inside the cylinder. Bernard Clinton had the call. I think it was a good one.
Right now, Strawberry trying to bail his team out. And penetration again. Just really, well, it was close, but it looked like it was touching the rim.
Garrison thought he had it. And so did Gary Williams. It's one of those shots, too. How many times do you say this when you're watching any big game, Mike? But it's true. Look at our game reset. Both teams with timeouts. And as we mentioned, Maryland in the double bonus every time they are fouled. How many times do we mention this? That a shot from time to time is going to go down. And yet the offensive player, so aggressive, can't keep his hand off the ball.
It's tough for bigs. I mean, you're just trained to go up and chase it down, and it's pull your hands back in time.
That was one of those that really appeared to be finding its way around the rim and maybe going in. Comcast Center in College Park. Maryland by 3. Tim Brando, Mike Jaminski, Charles Davis. ACC Sunday Night Hoops, our second full week of action, and it is living up to the billing.
Hinnant, Dudley, and Marshall are your three-point shooters, but still plenty of time if the college can work their offense and get a 2.
Into that double team. Offensive foul on Smith, and Al Skinner can't believe it. 5 fouls on Smith. He's done all of them coming in this half.
There's the look inside. Why McCray looked like he got over there, and Smith, you have to recognize that. I think just trying to create a little bit too much. So much of what he has done has been off the block. He's been better served to pull up and shoot a little. That you've got 4 personal fouls, and that's a possibility. You can't take a chance on that call.
I think Al Skinner thought that Smith had been fouled by Ebekwe when retrieving the ball before he made his move. McCray with numbers to Kaner Medley. Maryland by 5. Timeout, Boston College.
There's the look inside, and McCray, that no-look pass. Kaner Medley, very athletic, able to finish underneath. Of course, without Smith, the lane has opened up for Maryland. Crowd back into it, and very similar to the Michigan's a half to go. They find themselves in a 2-point ball game, and then some turnovers, which have helped hurt them throughout this game, continue to do so.
Don't forget a triple hitter on ACC Sunday Night Hoops next week, beginning with Texas Southern taking on Boston College. Then Miami battles 25th ranked NC State, followed by Valparaiso looking to upset top-ranked Duke. Coverage begins with our college basketball tip-off show, 3 Eastern, noon Pacific.
Well, and the thing Gary Williams was doing, his team was celebrating a little bit. He tried to get them focused. And remember, Jared Dudley is to let down when a big player fouls out. Maryland has to finish this game.
10-3-1 for the Terps. Hinnant takes it right to the rim. That's the second field goal for Boston College in the last 5 minutes. Hit a drought at just the wrong time. Hinnant picks up the foul. And we close the book on Craig Smith tonight. 23 points for the big fella. 12 rebounds, 5 assists. 5 of his personal fouls coming in the second half. And that picture tells it all.
Well, and again, I think it illustrates too, and again, you try to talk about players who are here. When we mentioned Sean Williams, does his presence allow, again, does it give him a little bit of a buffer and some room, a margin of error that Smith can get out there and play and not pick up 5 fouls?
Strawberry, 1 for 3 at the line. Maryland has missed 10 free throw opportunities in 26 tries, 1 or 2 possessions. BC needs to score quickly. Dudley, that's the guy. Air ball. Marshall there to follow, and he's fouled.
You got a no clock again, and that is a bad foul inside for Maryland.
Especially off an air ball thrown up by Dudley.
An air ball benefits the offense. Defense is afraid to go up and get a goaltending call on that. Marshall very aggressive inside. Gary talking to his team, you got to think, you have to know, you can't stop the clock.
Time and score, right?
Yeah.
Problems at the line continue. Marshall only a 62% free throw shooter. Marquez Haynes coming back in, and again, as we mentioned, at the free throw line, much of its success really coming at the stripe the last couple of years. 4 of 14 tonight.
Well, after seeing that first one, the interior guys have to block out for Maryland.
Back to a one-possession game, 71-68. McCray fouled by Haynes.
And that's the guy you wanted the free throw line at the end of the game. Now third in the ACC at 87%. He's 5 of 6 tonight. Has a chance to put this game away with 2 free throws.
The foul is on 0-0. Marquez Haynes, his first.
Lessons learned when coming into a new conference and playing on the road. And Craig Smith,
shooting 2.
Preseason All-America selection, quality performance. The numbers are always going to be there, but I'm sure he never thought that he would pick up that 5th foul. Playing the role of maestro at the free throw line. Pulling all of the strings with his public. 7 ticks remaining. Rice fires up a tray. Cans it with 2.2 remaining. Timeout BC. We're not done yet.
Well, Tyrese Rice, his last 10 minutes have been in his first 30. And here's the look up. You know, you don't want to foul in this situation. McCray backing everybody off. And that gave Rice the ability to stop. And Bob, he's had a couple of big threes down the stretch.
He had back-to-back 20-point performances against Drake and Oklahoma State. You know, the last freshman to do that at Boston College was Troy Bell.
Another one of those nuggets that Al Skinner mined, a guy who was not highly recruited and wound up scoring 25 here. But here, you know, you look at Maryland, they've got to somehow find a way to get either McCray or Kaner Medley the ball. They're 2 of their best free throw shooters.
After what we mentioned about this game at the free throw line for Boston College, shooting 300 more than their opposition a year ago, over 100 more coming into tonight. They don't get to the line as often, and even when they did, they were unable to cash in. That could be really the difference in this game.
No question. That and the turnovers that really killed them. You can't expect to shoot 4 of 14 at home and win.
No more timeouts for BC, but then again, we have precious little time left. 2.2. Kaner Medley will trigger in the inbounds pass. Now McCray off the baseline pass. And they allowed the clock to run.
Well, the timekeeper inbounds. My question, though, Timmy, why use McCray? Why not reverse that and why have a guy who's 87% taking the ball out of bounds and not as a receiver?
By the way, somewhere Seth Greenberg is getting a chuckle over this.
Yeah, here's the clock running.
somewhere near Blacksburg, Seth Greenberg is getting a chuckle. He actually had a line in yesterday's game. I actually talked to Carl Hess about it. Carl worked yesterday's game in Blacksburg against clock malfunction. He went to the scores table. Seth came over and said, just put 1.6. That's Gary Maxwell. Carl Hess is over at the BC side. But anyway, I said, what made you laugh so much when Seth came over? He said, Oh, Carl, just put 1.6 seconds on the clock.
Well, I mean, it's the timekeeper up in Maryland heard the raise that the Duke timekeeper got, so.
There's Carl.
So he's looking for the same deal.
Nice to know that Seth has the proper perspective a week in. That was an incredible start to the college basketball season on ACC Sunday Night Hoops.
Well, and then Duke comes back, and the shellacking they put on the #2 team in the country was startling.
And by the way, a Texas team that many thought going in, matchup-wise, was at a tremendous advantage.
Yep.
Not just an advantage, but a tremendous advantage at some places on the floor. But Mike Krzyzewski's team, as you know, they not put together a quality effort in a big game environment. And the clock back at 2.2 seconds now. This time no help on the baseline. Kaner Medley will trigger it in. Oh, and it was nearly stolen by Marshall. Definitely deflected.
Wow,
Boy, the ball was definitely decent player.
If it was touched, then time should be off the clock.
Yeah, I thought it was touched. Gary Williams may be thinking he got a break with additional time. Are they saying it was a deflection? Out of bounds off of Maryland. Wow. How about that? Just what Al Skinner needed. The ball definitely touched, but out of bounds off of Maryland. Oh, and the mistake makes. Maryland comes away with the victory regardless. What a bizarre finish.
That was incredible, Tim, and it's just a lack of concentration in finishing off the game. Now, for Maryland, they get the win, but there'll be plenty to discuss on that last 10 seconds.
Join us again next Sunday for another great night of ACC basketball, a triple hitter. Coverage begins with our college basketball tip-off for Mike Jaminski and Charles Davis. I'm Tim. Remarkable, incredible, bizarre evening in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Good night from College Park, Maryland.